Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Just for the people who gonna be watching it after it's over. I'm eating until some more people get on. And while I wait, I need to post and let people know I'm on. Hey Lita. I missed y'all. I had so much fun talking to y'all the other night. We was on there for almost 2.5 hours, literally, on live. Aunt Rose house. Excuse me. We live, baby. Share this live here. Copy link. Wait till some more people get on here and then we're going to get it going. All right. Instagram has been notified. Let's notify Facebook. Facebook has been notified. Hey, Claudia, girl. Facebook has been notified. Now let's notify TikTok. I was sad I would get like that. TikTok, TikTok. Excuse me. Let's not play that sound. Can I add a link on TikTok? Everybody has been notified. I'm doing good. How are you? Trying to finish up my chicken before we start. I baked the chicken last night, y'all. And then I put it in the air fryer. Today, baby, bang out. Bang out. I'm telling you, air fried chicken, when you fry, like fried foods, like fried chicken, and then you put it in the air fryer, it's like you got a whole nother day of fried chicken. It tastes so good. In this case, this was baked chicken, though. And I just put it in the air fryer to warm it up. Because I still like mine to be a little crunchy, crispy kind of. I don't really like it soggy. Y'all like your chicken soggy? All right, I'm on my last piece and then we're going to get started. Let me go throw this away. Wash my hands. We back. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Who is K Rhea? Y'all ready to get this started? Now I got chicken in my teeth. All right. Let me go get one more thing. I wish that I could show pictures while I'm on here, but I know you have to. All right. I'm so cold, y'all. I ain't gonna I won't be surprised if I go sit over there and do a video over there next to the heat because it's so cold. But anyways, dang, where everybody go? Let's get some more people on here first. All right, I'm building back up. My eye keep itching. I just did my lashes, and then my under eye keep itching, y'all. All right. I keep every time I do this side because that's what I see in the camera. But it's that side. That's what I'm trying to do. Doing it again. Love the way you activate your hips and put your butt out. Got a man wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Want to dig you? Man, I can't even lie about it. Just alleviate your clothes trying to fly up out it. Catch you on the boot. All right, where do I start? Who is K Rhea? I was born on July 17th, 1993, to my mother and father. So a lot of my upbringing, I'm going to tell y'all based off of what I heard and not what I know, because obviously I was a child and I obviously wouldn't know what really happened when I was a kid. So from family members, I was told that I was born with crack in my system because my mom and dad did indulge in that drug, and I wasn't able to leave the hospital. My dad was able to come get me because he didn't have it in his system, but they wouldn't let me leave with my mom. And again, this is what I was told. So yeah, I was born with crack in my system or whatever. Thank God I'm okay. And I was okay afterwards, thankfully. So, um, a lot. So the first, I lived in Pontiac, Michigan. That's where I was born and raised. Not raised. That's what I was born, and I stayed there for 2 years, from my knowledge. Again, this is my knowledge. This is what people told me. I have no idea what the real truth is. And then my mom and dad never really cared to talk to me about things that happened when I was younger, or just things that they did. Or I told y'all they was like very secretive. And part of me understand now is like they were like embarrassed, kind of embarrassed to talk about certain things that they had been through in their lives, and they just were embarrassed. And for me it was just like, I really would have wanted to know, so that it could help me in my day-to-day life, or just answers. Okay, anyway, so I was told that I stayed in Pontiac for 2 years. My mom and daddy was like gone off for the stuff, so they kind of was just like, I used to get left in the house by myself, like mainly by my mom though. My dad was more of a functioning drug addict, so he still worked and he still did what he was supposed to do, but he still did it on the side or whatever. But my mom was a little more off the hinges, so I stayed there till I was 2, I was told. Then I stayed with my aunt. Now I don't know too much about that, and I don't know the age that I came back to my mom, so I don't know. But I do remember. Hey, Todrick, Todrick. I hope I said that right. I do remember everything from 3 years old up. So that was what I from born until 2. I don't remember. From 3, I remember. So, anyways, we moved to Detroit. My mom moved to Detroit. She didn't live in Pontiac no more, and she was a little bit better. Like she wasn't as bad as she was. Hey, nanny. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I appreciate y'all taking a liking to me and accepting me and accepting my story. So I really appreciate all of y'all. So yeah, like I said, so when I was 3 years old, again, y'all know I told y'all that I did this story like this because I know that I have a lot of baggage and trauma that is gonna come up, and I don't want it to leap over into my children. They are not here, thankfully. So I don't know what spirits may come in here, but I don't want no negative spirits around my children. So I'm about to be telling some real graphic details. So y'all just stay tuned. And I don't know. But so here we go, because this is about to start. It starts off when I was young. So when I was 3 years old, thank y'all for watching from Grand Rapids, Michigan and Houston, Texas. I appreciate y'all. When I was 3 years old, so before I get into that, my mom used to have a lot of different people around me, like men, and just she was just lost. So she didn't really, and my grandmother wasn't the best grandmother to my mom. And I'm only going off of what I know. I said this is not facts that I 100% can say happened, but I'm just going off of what I was told. So my mom didn't have the best child, and then my grandma. So it goes, that's generational curses, y'all. My great grandmother wasn't the best mom to my grandmother. My grandmother wasn't the best mom to my mom, and then my mom wasn't the best mom to me. Generational curse, like literally, it passed down. Thankfully, I broke it. Yes, I broke it, every last one, and we'll get into how I know I broke it. But my mom used to have different people around me. Like she always had, this your uncle, this your auntie, this your cousin, this your brother. Like I do not do that now. Like that bothers me more than anything. I cannot stand this your auntie type of situation. No, that's not. I don't know that lady. I ain't never met her. I just met her. That's not my auntie. That's not my mama. That's not my daddy. So anywho, when I was about 3 years old, my mom had this guy around me, and she said he was my uncle. So I'm a kid. I'm very 3, so I don't know no better. So I'm thinking he's really my uncle. I remember the first time he touched me inappropriately, and we were in my mom's house, and I think my mom was there, but she was in her room, and he was in my room sitting on my bed, and he had me sit on his lap, and he put his hand up under my dress or something like that. It's a little blurry, but I still remember that encounter because I was young and I just didn't understand, obviously didn't understand what was going on. So time moved forward, and he was molesting me from, I think he started when I was 5. I think that was the first time when I was 3. And then from 5 all the way up until I was about 9 or something like that. 9 or something like that. Didn't know no better. Didn't know nothing. I never told my mom. Even to this day, she's passed and gone. She still doesn't know. And I didn't start speaking about it until he passed. He passed like 2, 3 years ago or something. And I didn't start coming out telling like some of my family, like my brother. I told like my brother, like a couple of my friends knew. I told a couple people, but like my family, that they didn't know until he passed. Because I know my brother, and my brother is a literal psychopath, and he will go to war for me, his only sister. And I obviously never want my brother to be in a situation that I'm okay. Like I don't feel like I have no trauma from it, but you just never know. And honestly, until something comes up, if you got trauma behind certain things or not. So I'm not really 100% sure if I have trauma with that situation or not. I don't think I do, honestly. I mean, I have like things that I take, like I make sure that, what am I trying to say? Like I take certain precautions because of the situation. That's what I can say. So I don't know if people would label that as trauma or not, but I take a lot of different precautions when it comes to my daughters and just myself now in general. And I'll get into that in a few, well, as the story go on, of how I take precaution. But anyways, I'm doing so good, and I'm sorry if I'm reading you. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if I am helping you, I'm happy I can help. But anyways, so he molested me up to from 3 until 5 is when he actually started. He first started at 3, but then nothing happened up until I was 5. It could have. I just probably don't remember, but till I was 8. And I'm not going to get into graphic details because honestly, those don't matter. And I feel like when I get into graphic details, it takes me into a space I don't want to be in. So we'll just leave it at that. Then when I was 8, I told him that I didn't want him doing that no more, or whatever the case may be. So he didn't do it again. And then maybe a couple years later, he apologized when I was a teenager or whatever. And then that was that. Then so we'll start from when my life started to be different. I lived with my mom. My mom, I'm trying to get this timeline down. Like I said, it happened until I was 9. Then my brother, okay, we'll start with my brother. My brother went to jail. He was 18. I was 9. That's when it happened. So that's when it stopped. And then my brother went to jail. Thank you. I appreciate your condolences. My brother went to jail when I was 9. That was probably the worst thing that could have ever happened to me because my brother was my protector. Like he was the person that I would go to for anything. I would cry now, but he was the person that I would go to for anything. Like my brother was my sole protector. Like he wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me. He was my protector. And he ended up going to jail. And he protected me from my mama too. Because my mom, because she was dealing with whatever her life was, she would be like a little more abusive and just like she didn't pay me no attention. Like one of the things that really bothered me with me and my mom is that she would put men above me. So like if a man was in her life, if he needed something, he came first. It wasn't me. It was always the man in her life at the time. And that's kind of how she was with me and both of my siblings or whatever. So when my brother left, like I said, that was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. And that's when I contemplated committing suicide. Because my mom, hold on, y'all. I'm on live. I gotta call you back. That's when I contemplated committing suicide when my brother left because my mom had just like, I felt alone. My mom felt like my mom was really mean and she just wasn't nice. And I just always used to get in trouble for stuff, just a bunch of different stuff. So I one day I was in my room and I just gotten a whooping. And my mom used to whip me with all my clothes off. She would make me go outside and get a switch. Hey, Sunflower. She would make me go outside, get a switch, and would whip me with my clothes off. So it was one of those days where she did that. And I sat in my room and I had got a knife and I tried to, I ain't try. I wanted to because I did not try. I did not even cut nothing. I just was feeling, I just wanted to really bad. And I just was crying and stuff. And I didn't do it. Thank God I didn't do it. But so yeah, that kind of happened. Thank you so much. Blessed and beautifully blended. That's a beautiful name too. So yeah, that was when I was 9. And my mom had a boyfriend at the time who he was above me. She, like I said, she would put all her men above me. And there was one person, my mom's husband at the time. He was a good stepfather. He was a really good father figure. So I really liked him. He was the only person out of all two men that my mom had dated during this whole time frame I'm talking about that I liked. One was her husband, and he treated me as if I was his daughter. And then there was another guy who I still talk to or whatever, just checking in on him every now and again. And he checked on me or whatever. And he still called me his daughter, even though I'm 31. But so yes, so from 9, we moved, and we moved a lot, y'all. We moved a lot. Like we probably moved every 2 to 3 years. We moved a lot. So moving on, my mom ended up getting cancer. So this is kind of where my life just started to take a very crazy turn. I was 13, between 13 and 14, when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. She was diagnosed with adenoid cystic carcinoma cancer, and it was in her neck. So it was a cyst. Hey, Andy. It was a cyst in her neck that they removed, and it was cancerous. But here's the thing. My mom kind of liked attention. They say she was like a hypochondriac kind of type thing. And so she would like play on certain things, and y'all understand what I mean. So when she got that cancer, they removed it. She had to do radiation and chemo for a little bit, and it was completely removed. But she had never told the family that it was removed. We are all under the impression that she still has cancer. So my mom, I had got suspended one day from school, and she never took me back to school. Never took me. She just didn't want to take me back to school. My mom was like more of a lazy person, so I had to like clean up after her and do a bunch of stuff, y'all. So my brother used to call me Cinderella because I literally was like Cinderella in the house. And so mom didn't take me to school because she wanted me to stay home and clean up after her. And I'll never forget. I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, she had never told the family that she didn't have cancer no more. So one day my grandma takes her to the doctor's appointment. And the doctor ended up telling her, like, yeah, we removed that. She don't have cancer no more. Once chemo and radiation was gone, she never had it again. So that's when we found out that she just was lying and just trying to play on the illness a little bit. And like I said, I used to have to clean up and different stuff like that. So before I get into the next part of my story, well, I never forget this day. My mom used to be so just nasty, y'all. She would not clean up after herself. And one day she had me clean out the refrigerator. Mind y'all, I'm like 14. I never forget. It was maggots in this pot in the refrigerator. And I was petrified to clean that refrigerator out, y'all. I did not want to touch nothing in that refrigerator. And even though I was scared, my mom still made me do it. Like, she wasn't like pressuring me, like, you need to clean it. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like, just okay, just maggots. It's like, no, it's not okay. I don't want to be doing this. Like, I was so disgusted. But anyways, I cleaned that out. So anyways, from that point, my brother was out by this time too. So my brother was living with us. It was just me and my brother and my mama. And I just started getting in that phase where I just like didn't want to be. Like, I was just so tired of being treated that way. So I was like, man, I want to run away. So my brother helped me run away. So I ran away. But I used to hold my mama money for her because she was bad at holding money, saving money, whatever. I used to always hold her money. She always losing it and stuff like that. So I was holding her money. So this particular day that I ran away, I had forgot that I was holding her $500. But my brother cannot be trusted. Like, my brother will spend her money because he don't care. Like, he just got like this terrible attitude. So like he don't care what he do to people or how he say whatever. He just don't care. And so when I ran away, I had ended up like, oh my God, I got my money. And I'm like, man, can you please get her money? Like, please don't spend it. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I have to come back home eventually or what, but I do not want to get beat because she think I stole her $500. Like, please, I was begging him, y'all, like, please get her money. And so he did give her money, thank God. But so I ended up he helping me run away. He went to his friend's house and I caught the bus to my friend's house. And I just stayed. I just can't believe I did that, y'all. I'm just still thinking back to that day. Like I really ran away from home. So I ran away to my friend's house and I stayed there. And I think I had called my grandma a couple hours later and I'm like, hey grandma, I'm good. She like, hey, yo, mama. I don't believe this either. I don't think they even called the police. My mama just was like, it is what it is. She'll be back home or whatever type thing. Cause I don't think they called the police. Well, my grandma said she did, but I don't think she did. But my grandma like, hey, just come home, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, she gonna whoop me. I don't come home because she gonna whoop me, right? And so my grandma like, hey, just come home. I'm be there. You be fine, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I finally go back home. Y'all, it sticks on the porch. Like she done pulled the branches off of the tree and got them sticks laying on the porch. And all I'm saying is, grandma, please save me. Like, please don't let her whip me with these sticks. So I go in the house. My mom don't even say nothing to me. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a whooping or whatever. No, my grandma just like, go upstairs and go to sleep. And then I'm come back tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, I go upstairs and go to sleep. Nothing happens, whatever. The next day, I tell my grandma, like, can I please move in with you? Like, I don't want to leave here no more. Like, please let me live with you. And she's like, all right, boom. She let me live with her. So my mom ain't really cared. That's when my mom started really like just spreading these lies about me and just telling people just terrible stuff about me that wasn't even nowhere near true, y'all. Like not even nowhere near. Like I was still a virgin and everything. She was trying to tell people that I wasn't a virgin, just all these crazy things and stuff. Now we get into living with my grandma. It was about the same treatment as living with my mama, if I'm being honest. So I think for maybe the first year I lived with my grandma, if she had started, being able to not take care of me financially. So she like, I'm gonna have to take your mama to court to try and get some money because, and I get it. Got a whole nother teenager. My cousin was staying too. My cousin was staying with us too. So like you got two teenagers in here. And well, my cousin wasn't a teenager. She's like 2 years younger than me. But she basically like, you got two teenagers living in here and I ain't really got no money like that. So my grandma proceeds to take my mom to court. She wins or whatever. So now my grandma is getting $800 a month for me, right? Y'all. So cool. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna start, having a little money. Y'all, my grandma did not ever give me one single red cent of that money. She wouldn't even pay my phone bill. I had to hustle to pay my phone bill. I had already started doing hair from home. I had my mom, so I was doing hair since I was 5. I meant to say that. Like I was braiding my brother's hair. And then when I turned 12, I did my first sew-in my mama hair. So I was doing hair already. So when I got with my grandma, I was just like doing hair, doing my friends' hair, just doing people's hair for like little chump change. Back in the day, back in that time, that's over almost 17 years ago. The little $20 was enough to kind of, get you some clothes or get your hair done, get your nails done, whatever. So they would give me money to do hair. So I would have to use that money to pay my phone bill, buy me new clothes for school, anything that I had needed done, I had to do it myself. But my grandma was paying my cousin's phone bill. My cousin that stayed with us, she was paying her phone bill. She was doing stuff for her financially, but she wasn't doing nothing for me financially. And I had learned that a lot of my family members did not like my mom. And that's probably because of whatever they experienced with her back then. But they didn't like her. So they treated her kids and they all treated us the same. They treated us, like whatever. And so staying with my grandma, it was just terrible. Like I just hated being there. Like then we had bed bugs, y'all. Finally found out what a real bed bug was. So I used to get ate down to the crevice. Okay, I used to have bumps everywhere. Scared to go to school. Didn't want no bed bug coming out of school. All type of junk. What else she had? She had another something else I was finna say, but yeah. So anyways, financially, my grandma wasn't taking care of me. I had to take care of myself. Like I was doing everything on my own. So when I turned, let me make sure ain't nothing else in there that I need to say. when I turned about 17, I got a letter in the mail saying that. So remember, I told y'all my mama had kept me out of school. She didn't take me back to school, all because she just didn't want to. My grandma ended up rolling me. I went to 3 different high schools, y'all. I went to my first high school was Northwestern High School. Then I went to Highland Park High School. Then I graduated from Detroit City High School. So I went to 3 different high schools. I went to Northwestern with my mom, and that's when she didn't take me back to school. And then my grandma ended up taking me back when I got with her. But then the math teacher, she hated the math teacher because the math teacher would always like pick on me or whatever. So she took me out that school, and I went to Highland Park, which wasn't that far from our house. Highland Park, I was straight. I kind of did my work, but I kind of like played around or whatever. And then, yeah, I went to Detroit City High. So, anyways, when I got to Detroit City High, I was like a year behind because obviously my mama kept me out of school for a whole year. So I was a year behind. I got a letter in the mail saying that if I went to school the next year, that I would still be, the checks would stop when I turned 18. So when I turned 17, they sent that letter and they said the checks will stop when I turned 18, the $800 checks that my grandma was getting. But they said if I was in school for another year, that I would still continue to get that money. So I'm like, oh, bet. So, and I had to go to school another year because my mom kept me out that year. So basically, I'm going to school for another year. So I graduated a year late. It was like, honestly, I got out of school 6 months early because I had got all my credits and everything 6 months early. And guess what, y'all? I graduated from that school with a 3.8 every school year that I was there. I think I was there for 2 years. And both of those years, I graduated. I had 3.8. I had 4.0 that first year, and then I graduated with a 3.8. So your girl was on it. But so yeah, I graduated, right? So I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to move out. I don't want to live with my grandma no more. So I moved out. My mom. So now at this point, me and my mom is getting back cool. Like we wasn't cool all that time I was living with my grandma. We wasn't that cool. So I moved out. My mama got 2 apartments. She got an apartment over here, and then she got an apartment over here. So I'm like, well, let me pay you rent. My brother was staying there with his baby mama, and I'm like, well, let me stay here. I'll pay you rent because I don't want to live with my grandma no more. My mama ain't living here either. It's just gonna be me and my brother and his baby mama. I'm cool with that. That's cool. So I'm like, let me stay here and then you stay over there. So boom, I moves in. I think my mama told me give her like $150 a month. Y'all know that ain't nothing. Got move in, y'all. This apartment is atrocious. Like it is disgusting. It is just all just bad, 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 bad. So I get in there and I deep clean this whole apartment. Like it's food from my jaw. It's food from Thanksgiving, and it's like 4 months after Thanksgiving. But my brother and them just had moved in. That wasn't from them. But the problem was is they didn't want to clean up after my mama's stuff either. They just live in there with it like that. And my mama just left it there and moved into her other place. But so I just go in because I don't like dirt and clutter. And this is a lot of the reason the way I am now. I always keeping my house clean and stuff like that is because of what I experienced. So I go in and I just do a deep clean. I clean the refrigerator, clean the stove. This trash is piled up. The trash is so piled up that it's in a corner on the kitchen floor. So I just go in, clean everything. It's another trash can in the back of the house with water and a dirty diaper. My brother talking about it was maggots in the diaper, so they flushed it out. Y'all, it was just bad. So I just cleaned, like I said, I cleaned everything up. So I cleaned it all up and boom, I'm living there. Then I'm not comfortable living there because they don't clean up after themselves and just a bunch of other stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't live here no more. So then my mom used to fly to the state to go sell her pills that she would get. Y'all, it's crazy. She would fly to the state to do that or whatever. And I can only say it because she gone. So they can't get her. But so she would leave her apartment, the one she moved into, unattended for months at a time. So I'm like, let me just move in here and I'll just pay you rent here. So, and when she come back, she would only stay a week and she would go again. So cool. Boom. I moves in there. It's a little more cleaner. My mom still is, messy and stuff like that, but this place is much nicer and it's much cleaner. So it's a little more comfortable to stay. So I stayed there for a little bit. And I don't remember why I moved out or when I moved out or what reason I moved out, but I'm pretty sure it had to do with me and her bumping heads again because we always tended to bump heads. So I moved out. I think that is what happened. I moved out and then I moved in with a friend. So I went to go stay with one of my friends, and her mom, still love her to this day. I still talk to her. Moved in with her, stayed with her for a minute. Then I moved in with another friend and her dad, moved in there, and that's when I started to get my life together. So when I lived there, her dad was such a good father figure. Like he helped, he's the reason that I went to cosmetology school and got my license and everything. He helped me and everything. So I ended up going to cosmetology school and getting my license, and I moved out from there, and I moved into with another friend who was a girl. Me and her stayed, we were like really close. We stayed together for a couple of years, and then I finally moved out of there and moved into my own place. So now I'm 21, maybe something like that, and now I live in my own place. So moved into my own apartment, and everything was good, but the apartment was, the people who owned the apartment was terrible. It was just absolutely horrendous. So it just kept getting owned by different landlords. It was sewage problems, with so many different problems. So then I had to move out of there eventually, and I moved in back with the girl who I was living with prior. And then from there, her house got broke into, and I was scared to be there because she would work a lot. So I was scared to be there by myself. So I moved out of there, and then I moved in with my boyfriend at the time. So me and him stayed together. And then from there, I moved in with my husband that me and my husband moved together. The one that I'm divorcing now, we ended up moving together, and me and him been living together ever since. So that's basically my story of coming up, like from childhood on up, and why who I am. But a lot of these situations made me who I am and shaped me into the person I am. I was already destined to fail from the beginning. Like I literally w- was born to fail from the very start. You know, I faced so many obstacles in my lifetime that people don't understand how strong I really am. Like literally, there's nothing you can throw at me that I won't catch and throw back. And now that I have God on my side, and I'm walking with God as much as I am, you really can't affect me now. Like I'm so unaffectable. Like there's nothing you can do to um, get under my skin for real, especially not when I know who you are for real. Like it's just really nothing you can do to make me. I'm just so I'm like so freaking strong, and I don't mean that, and I mean that in the most humbling way, because I don't like being strong. I want to be weak, and um I want somebody to take on this freaking strong ability that I have, because it's not easy being strong all the time, but it's in me. It's not on me, it's in me. So I have no other way but to be as strong. So you can't really do much to me. You can't really get under my skin, especially not the people on the internet. Y'all really can't get under my skin, because if you really know my story and what I deal with, you would know you can't stick a candle to me. So it's like I'm here. God bless me every single day with another day and another chance to get it right. So who are you? But if y'all got any questions, y'all can go ahead and ask them. If I left anything out, I'll be able to answer it. But that's basically who I am. And now brings me to now and how I am now. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't cuss no more because of my walk with God, and I changed it, and I didn't want to do those things no more. So I don't drink or smoke because my parents were drinkers and smokers. And I had said at a very young age, like, when I get older, I don't want to drink and smoke, because I seen what it did to my parents. Not one to them mentally, but the financial burden it was on us. Like you couldn't take care of us because you were so busy purchasing marijuana all the time, or whatever, alcohol and all of these things. Like you couldn't take care of your children. So that was one of the main reasons that I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna smoke. So I've never been a smoker and never been a drinker. Going to go buy me a bottle? Never. Going to go buy me a pint of weed. I mean, what you call it? How you even say it? How do you say it? A pound of weed? Yeah, going to go buy me a pound or something like that? And no, you couldn't catch me doing none of those things, because that just never been me. So I'm really thankful though. I'm thankful that I made it out, because there's a lot of people that did not make it out of their situations, and I did. So I'm very thankful and very grateful for this journey that God has me on and where He has me at in life right now. Hey Liz, thank you. Thank you, Houston, Texas. Y'all know I want to move to Texas. That's my next destination. I want to move there. I want to live in Texas so bad because I love heat and I can't stand being cold. Y'all see me? I'm over here, got my hands between my legs and rubbing them together because I'm cold right now. I cannot stand being cold. Like, I need heat at all times, every day. Yes, girl, I'm coming as soon as I can. As soon as this divorce stuff over with, and whatever happens from there, baby, I am gone. It's like, no, I don't know. Hopefully I can. I'm put it out the atmosphere though. Hopefully God pick it up and drop it down for me. But y'all, if y'all got any questions, feel free to ask anything. I'm an open book, just about, you can kind of ask me just about anything. I ain't got no plans for today. My girls is gone with their dad. They'll be with him for the next couple of days until Sunday. And I'm up practically chilling until then. How y'all liking Vlogmas? I've been trying. I've been working, putting out vlogs every day. Do you have to go to therapy to heal, or was God all you needed? I didn't been to therapy. I went to couples therapy one time with my soon to be ex husband. We went um for a little bit. Like we had like 2 sessions with him, and we didn't go back. I absolutely want to go to therapy though, because there, first of all, therapy can only help you. It can't do nothing more than help you. So I'm definitely open to going to therapy. I just haven't took the time out to go and find a therapist or nothing. But in this time frame, especially with this last obstacle with my mom passing and me getting this divorce and stuff, all of that happened. All of that happened with my divorce situation, God healed me from it. Like I didn't have to go to therapy. I haven't had therapy, like I said. So God healed me and gave me another chance to keep pushing and get it right. So I want to go to therapy though. If I'm being honest, I think therapy would be good for any and everybody's. Just like now, like y'all feel like I'm y'all therapy, being able to tell y'all what how y'all should be treated and what you shouldn't accept from people, or what you should, or whatever the case may be. That's like therapy for y'all. So anybody can get some therapy. And the things that I say are from experience. Like anything that I'm telling y'all, these are things that I experienced, and this is how I handled it. Like um, going through this divorce. I've been separated for 8 months now. I've been separated since April. What's that? Is that 8 months? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months. I've been separated for 9 months now, and I would say I was completely healed by September. It took some time because, and then that's another thing. I wanted to make sure I was healed before I started speaking on stuff. Like I didn't start doing my redoing this platform until October. I didn't start like talking and saying stuff until October because I wanted to make sure I was completely healed before I was trying to solicit any advice. I wanted to make sure what I actually did helped me heal from that situation. And everything that I say in my videos, that's what helped me heal. And it wasn't hard. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was hard. But he made it easy. I dealt with it. I was in a situation where my partner made it more easy for me to leave than most people. Like it don't always happen that way. So yeah, I think everybody should have therapy. Hey, Yolanda from Houston, Texas. I got a lot of Houston, Texas in here. Hey, girl, I want to move to Houston. I was just saying that. I have to catch up with you, your actual vlogs. I found you through the reels and was stuck. I enjoy your content. You have very much been therapy for me. Thank you for being so transparent. I appreciate you for saying that. And thank you for watching. Please go back and watch them. And I'm happy to know that I am helping people. Like that brings me so much joy. Y'all don't understand. I've always wanted to be like a therapist or talk to people and help people through things. And I just never knew when my time was gonna be, because even before I started this type of platform where I started talking about this divorce situation, you just never know what God gonna put you out to do. I'm trying to tell y'all, because this is the last thing I think I thought I would ever do, is be sharing my divorce experience and being able to help other people. I wanted to share my other experiences, like the experiences that I just got finished telling y'all about. I wanted to use those and share and help people that dealt with that if you get what I'm trying to say. Like I wanted to help those kind of people deal with that kind of trauma and help them and how I got through it and how I'm such a strong woman and I don't drink and I don't, those things. I wanted to help them with that. But God knows what people need and God knows what he needs you for and he knows how to use you and he used me in this way to be able to talk to people about this situation cuz this is a more recent situation and I'm kind of still going through it. I'm over it as far as like mentally, physically, emotionally, but I'm not over the situation. It's still actively happening. So and I still get faced with challenges with that. But when I tell y'all, God is so good, number one, let me just say that. And the way that I handle it now versus how I handled it months ago, night and day, night and day. I cannot be taken out of my character. You cannot get under my skin. There's nothing you can say that's gonna hurt me or bother me. None of that. Anything that I feel, anything somebody say, guess what I do? I give it right to the Lord. I'll be like, here, God, take this from me. I don't want it. Take it out. I don't want it. If it's gonna change how I'm operating today, how I feel and how I move, take it from me because I don't want it. And that's what I keep trying to tell everybody. Like when you get into situations like this, give it to God. Start changing and walking with God is what helped me and changed my life. It changed. And all of these things I'm telling you is because I changed my life and started to walk with God. And hear what I mean. I'm not fully there yet. We all on a journey. And we all should be on a journey trying to better our relationship with God. I'm not 100% there. And I'm still a sinner. Everybody's sin. Every single day you sin. So, but my intentions are different. Hear what I say. When I know something is wrong, I immediately pray and repent. And I wish I could explain this to y'all in the best way. Like, when I know I'm doing wrong, I feel that I'm doing wrong. It's a feeling that you get now. Like with me not cussing. Y'all, I used to be a sailor. I told y'all this in the last live. I used to be a sailor. I couldn't say a sentence without 5 cuss words in one sentence. It was ridiculous. But now, you can't pay me to cuss. Even when a song come on, I'm not saying the cussing words. Now, I still listen to these bad songs. Don't get me wrong, because they in me a little bit and God is working on me to get them out of me, but you can't pay me to cuss. You can't pay me to do, even with drinking. Like I never drink. I was never a drinker, but I did indulge in coolers, alcoholic beverages, but they were very, very, very low alcohol, like 3.5% alcohol. And I completely stopped that. Like I don't even want to taste a piece of alcohol. Like I don't even want it. Like I want it away from me. Negativity. Let me tell y'all, negativity got to go away from me immediately. I don't even want to breathe negativity. If you negative, like this is how much I hate negativity. If somebody be like, and let me say something that I really don't want to happen. If somebody be like, you about to fall down the stairs, don't bring it over here. Don't say it. Don't tell me that. Don't be over here talking about I'm about to fall down the stairs. Like, no, don't do that. That's negative. I don't want it. Like, I don't care how big or how small. I don't want the negativity around me. What y'all saying over here? Understand. You are very inspirational. I'm really enjoying the content. I'm going through something myself and came across the reels. I'm so happy I can help you. I promise I'm so happy I can help you. If y'all need anything, any like other kind of advice, please DM me. I get DMs all the time, helping people and talking to them. I'm 64 years old. Congratulations. Ooh, 64, yes. And a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 3. I've been married and divorced, and it's not easy, but when you find your path and find God, it makes it sweeter every day. You pray. Girl, yes. Yes, 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 yes. And that's what's been helping me get through. Like literally being a part of God. I'm just not affected the same no more. Like the hurt don't hurt the same no more. Like it hurt different. And I was telling y'all in one of the recent vlogs how people think that when you start walking with God, it get easier, and it don't. It get harder. It's hard to walk with God. Let me tell y'all why. It is hard to do right. It's so easy to do wrong. It is hard to be positive and say positive things all the time. All the time, I said. Not every now and again, all the time. It is easy to spew out hate, to just say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do and treat people however you want. That is so easy. Have you ever seen a bully be bad at bullying? No, it's always easy for them. That's easy. But have you ever seen somebody be um, and here again, tongue tied. Have you ever seen somebody struggle to apologize or say they are sorry when they're wrong or when they wrong you? Have you ever seen somebody struggle to do that? Yes, it's harder to be good than it is to be bad. And that's why we have so much bad and so much negativity in the world because it's easy. It's easy to be bad. It's not easy to do good or be good. Let me tell y'all, throughout this divorce situation, my husband has been very mean, very, very mean. And I do not return it. Never, never have. I've been so nice, so sweet, praying for you every day. Anytime me and him texting about something, I end it off with, I'm praying for you always. I pray for you every day. Be safe. And that's the truth. I'm not even lying. I pray for that man every single day. Every single day. I don't miss him in my prayers because you can pray them demons out of people and you can pray that negativity out of people. But when you fight fire with fire, you're going to end up with a bigger fire. You never can fight fire with fire and the fire go out. Have you ever heard of that? No. So if you is going through something or just generally work on being a better human being, work on being a better person. Like stop spewing out hate. Like don't be negative. I don't like no negative, nothing. Like y'all, I cast it away. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus all the time. But y'all, ever since I have started being so nice and sweet to everybody and making sure that I'm not giving out the same hate that I receive, my life feel better. It feel better. I feel more at peace. Because think about it. When you arguing with people and going back and forth, now you in your head thinking about all the things you should have said and now what you want to do next and how you want to go after them next. That is draining to your mind. That is draining to your mind. Like, no, like I like being at peace and I like being calm and cool and understanding and like, no, like I just want to be good. I just want to do good and I just want to be good. What she say? I share my life through experiences. I used to curse and ready to fight, but that was in my youth. As you get older, peace becomes so much more important. I'm telling you, like, once you get a little taste of God, peace becomes so much more important. Age in God, like, once you find out who God really is and how He really got your back, like never before, you start to walk differently. Like, I prayed, like, I seen this, I talked about it in one of the vlogs, but I had woke up at 2 in the morning last night because I went to bed kind of early. So I kind of woke up at 2 in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. And this post had popped up, not this post, but this girl had popped up and was like, if you up on December 13th from, what time did she say? From 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. God is using you for something or he has a message for you. So you need to be listening out. And y'all, I literally before that, I think it was before or after. I think in that moment when I heard her say it, I didn't know what I was up for. But then after I got off my phone and put my phone down and was trying to get myself back into sleep mode, I knew exactly what it was. And I just started praying immediately. I probably prayed for like a long time. I can't even put a number time on it, but I sat there and prayed up until I fell asleep. And I just kept everything I thought of. I just, Lord, I pray that you cover this. And I pray that you heal this. And I pray that you cover this person and that person and all of that. Like I literally just praying down for that time being. And then I just gave it all to God. And I went on a merry sleep and slept until 9 o'clock in the morning almost. So it is so much easier to be a nice person. I mean, it's not easy. It's hard. But once you get the hang of it, it gets easy. Once you learn to walk with God and to change your life around, life gets easier. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I appreciate all of y'all for being on here and just watching me every day. I really appreciate y'all all the time. I do. I love the comments. I try to get to every last one of my. If I don't comment back to every last one of them, I hurt every last one of them. So I just want y'all to know I really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go watch all the vlogs from VlogMASS, and don't forget, your girl face is clearing up. We getting better out here. So I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's vlog. Bye, blessed and beautifully blended. We love y'all. Bye.